Welcome to the morning show, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Can they hear me? Yeah, they can hear me. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Poseidon didn't think it was important to be here on time. Welcome to what may very well be the last morning show. I'm not sure yet, but it will definitely be Poseidon's last show here at the network. So welcome, everybody. Patreon.com/Pantelis. I'm going to give it to my man in the South Shore, the bald bruiser, George Chadrizos. He's got some news for us because he missed out on Wednesday.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
I'm okay. I'm a little frustrated from this morning, but I'll get over it.
Come on. It's okay.
I'm gonna flip this fucking table, George. Don't you fucking say come on to me. You are a spectator, George. You don't live it. I have to live it day in and day out. Trust me, it gets fucking annoying.
How many times have you heard those old Greek immigrants at those coffee shops? Hey, come on.
But that's exactly him. That's him. And every time he gets, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. It's the same thing over and over. It just gets super, super frustrating. Yeah.
It's been a tough year for everyone, man. It's been a tough year for everyone.
Yeah. And that's what happens the year. Before 2020, you wouldn't do this. Yeah.
All right, man. Sorry I missed Wednesday. I can't remember where I was.
You were watching a recital.
Yeah. There was a virtual recital for kids at daycare. I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. And this morning, my daughter has a virtual class. She's in kindergarten. I'm just wondering if all this is necessary for 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds.
But the recital on Wednesday, were they together?
Yeah, well, because the class, they're still in the class. It's like they're in their own little bubble or whatever they call them. And they were live streaming it on Facebook. They have a group for the parents for each class. And we're 20 of us watching,
Sounds like not a lot of fun, but it's an event.
You know what I mean? Whatever. It was cute. It's obviously better when you're there in person, but let's get to the news, guys. There's been something that I've been meaning to bring to everyone's attention, but with all the other news happening, I kind of kept pushing it back. But I'm going to talk about it today because it's very important. It happened at the beginning of the month on the 8th of December. If you guys remember, a while back, we spoke about the situation happening in Armenia, between Armenia and Azerbaijan, the whole issue in Artsakh, and how the conflict had started over there and how Azerbaijan was helped by Turkey with mercenaries. And it was a whole thing over there, and that conflict ended. While that was happening here in Canada, there was action being taken. If you guys remember, there was a senator, Leo Housakos, who had tabled the motion. It was motion number 36, basically. And I'm going to read the motion because it was a very important thing. And Canada was the first country, it was the first legislative body in the world to propose something like this. It came from Canada. It made me proud, at least until fucking December 8th. And here's the motion. So I'm going to read it out because it was a very important step made by Senator Housakos. So the motion called, basically, it's that the Senate of Canada call upon the government of Canada to immediately condemn the joint Azerbaijani-Turkish aggression against the Republic of Artsakh, uphold the ban on military exports to Turkey, recognize the Republic of Artsakh's inalienable right to self-determination, and in light of further escalation and continued targeting of innocent Armenian civilians, recognize the independence of the Republic of Artsakh. It's a heavy motion, right? And before I tell you what happened with this motion, just to say that this motion actually inspired the French Senate in France to do the same thing. That motion passed in France, so we're not sure exactly when and how things are going to unfold at the Parliament. But on December 8th, the Senate voted on this motion and they fucking defeated it. And I tweeted about this, and I think it's insulting. It's embarrassing.
So how was it defeated? I don't understand.
Well, basically, everyone else in the Senate voted against it.
But why? What was their reasoning?
You tell me. I don't know. I mean, the way the Senate works, I mean, you have obviously conservative senators, and ever since Trudeau got into office in 2015, if you guys remember, he kind of removed the liberal senators from the caucus. So I mean, it was a move for him to call on a more independent Senate, that they weren't necessarily appointed. He created a special body to oversee the applications that come into the Senate so that it could be so that they could be selected very objectively. So now they're called I don't know. I think they're called something like independent senators or whatever it is. But I think that behind the scenes, I mean, there is some influence uh, being practiced there by the liberals that are in office. I just don't I just don't understand this, because you have liberal MPs that were presenting all these things on their social media feed. Even in the House, they were um, they were making statements against this action. The foreign affairs minister had to come out and he had called out Azerbaijan and Turkey. I honestly thought that this was going to be a huge step, for Canada. And it was defeated in Senate, so it's like as if nothing happened, basically. And it's embarrassing because, and we've spoken about this on other episodes, um, about how I believe, at least, Canada's hands are dirty in this conflict, right? I mean, we all remember
The weapons, the drones.
yeah, exactly, the technology, the visual technology they sold to Turkey that were put on drones, and then those drones were sent into the conflict area. And of course, immediately at that time, Canada realized how dangerous it was and stopped the exports. But the damage was done already. I mean, you've sold already, I don't know, whatever, a couple dozen drones to Turkey. What's the point of stopping them now? They already have the technology. You
Yeah.
can't. It's not like you can call it back. And I don't know. I mean, we've spoken about this, and obviously, the fact that Turkey is part of the NATO alliance plays a very heavy role in this whole affair. But at the same time, I mean, step up, man, step up. I just don't fucking understand how this could have slipped through the cracks. Uh, I don't know. I've been speaking to some Armenian friends as well. That community is completely devastated. I mean, they made heavy lobbying to the government throughout this whole affair, right? Since August and September of this year, back in the summer. Um, it's sad. I mean, to see that your country kind of just ignores you. And we spoke about this also. The fact that once that peace treaty was signed, it's as if nobody cared anymore about what's
Yeah.
happening over there. And there's a lot of there's a lot of unfortunate events happening right now, right?
Yeah, I
There's
saw that they
persecution.
were still. I saw them. I saw the videos of them shooting people in cars,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So all the
yeah,
videos are coming out now. There's persecutions. There's a lot of destruction of different properties, obviously religious property as well. So this is the point where the international community has to look more closely. I understand that everyone's preoccupied during the conflict, and it's fine. Everyone came out. France took a huge leadership role in this whole affair. But now that it's over, it feels like as if everyone has forgotten about it. And it's sad because you have hundreds of thousands of people that are displaced, refugees within their own land. What's happening with them? Did they all manage to cross over into Armenia? Is everyone safe? I mean, I'm keeping an eye on what's happening over there, and it's just sad to see how the international community has completely ignored.
well, it's history
Their,
repeating itself. But this is what always happens. That's why if you don't make a change, like if you keep doing the same thing's gonna happen. And they keep doing the same thing. They keep saying, "Oh, we're sorry," and people are like, "Ah, all right, that's cool." And it's
yeah.
the same fucking thing over and over. So no, someone needs to take a stand, or else
I
you're
don't,
just doomed to repeat the same shit over and over.
I don't know if we spoke about this. Actually, I want to talk about this on Wednesday, and it just clicked, and I forgot to put it on my list for today. There was a huge move made by the U.S. I don't know if you guys followed it. In Congress, they passed the new Defense Act, in which they call out for sanctions against Turkey
Oh, I
for
heard something about it, but I was busy.
for purchasing
The
those rockets,
Russian rockets, yeah, yeah.
those missiles from Russia. And I saw that come out the day that it was voted, and there were high hopes that it was going to pass in Senate as well, which it did. And then the only question was whether or not Trump was going to veto it, because he had tweeted about vetoing that whole thing. Finally, he didn't, and there will be sanctions
Turkey.
against Turkey finally.
Isn't it
So
funny
that's
that the U.S. is doing it before the European Union?
yeah, but but we spoke about this, Pantelis. I mean, there's only a couple of powers internationally that everyone is going to look up to and follow, and the U.S. is definitely one of these people, right? And look, at least in this, the way I see it, I mean, it's a very positive step forward. to correct, whatever wrong was done. The question is it going to happen? Is it going to be conditional? I mean, we're talking about huge amounts of money being withheld now from Turkey. We're talking about I read somewhere like 40 billion or 400 billion, something like that, in defense spending. So it's a huge hit on Turkey. These sanctions. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know what the reaction is going to be from Turkey. But I mean, the fact that the U.S. took this step forward, I don't know what's next, and I don't know how Turkey is going to perceive it, and depending on how they're going to perceive it, how the U.S. is going to follow up, right? So, I mean, and there's all these articles that I was reading that this is just a first step forward, right, to sanction Turkey. Is there a possibility down the road for Turkey to be expelled out of NATO, or I
Well, that's
don't
what should
know,
happen.
right?
NATO was made to fight the USSR, right? To go against Russia. So if one of the NATO members is fucking the other NATO members and they're going with Russia, it defeats the entire purpose of NATO. I don't even think NATO is a good thing. For the record, I hate NATO. I think NATO's stupid. All it's doing is drawing that line so we can't have full peace, right? It's drawing that line of us versus you to the Russians. And also it's useless because when NATO countries do shit like this, nothing ever happens to them. When a NATO country attacks another NATO ally, Greece, Turkey, let's say, no other NATO countries ever step in and be like, hey, what are you doing? We're on the same side here. Nobody does it. So NATO is just as useless as the United Nations
But I mean, they are
in
keeping.
doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, they do keep a certain cap. I mean, imagine with everything happening now, the developments in Russia. I mean, it kind of helps keep some sort of, I don't want to say balance, but I mean, some.
But how? Give me an example of how it's maintained balance now recently with everything that's happening.
Because if NATO wasn't there, I think that the Russian presence, at least in the Eastern European region,
Yeah.
wouldn't have been what it is now. I mean, it's way more controlled. There's much less influence from any military or any Russian influence in the region. They're doing something. The fact that Turkey has been a NATO member, obviously, is a huge thing in the region. Of course, nobody ever predicted that Turkey was going to spin around 180 and go the other direction. The problem now is that.
But are you talking about the weapon? I'm not even talking about purchasing Russian weapons. Turkey is a NATO member. Turkey's trying to take over countries that are NATO allies. It's crazy.
I'm just talking about the balance of power in the region.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't always a fan of NATO. The way things have been developing the last maybe 5-6 years, with all these different players stepping up and trying to win some influence in the regions, maybe NATO could be playing a bigger role, but it's delicate now because, and this is what one of Biden's big challenges coming up in the next year, because if you are really thinking of getting rid of Turkey from NATO, you also have to consider the consequences down the line. Can you imagine a much bigger alliance between Turkey and Russia in that region? It would be devastating.
Yeah, but I don't think the Russians are going to go for it because so far, every time they trusted the Turks, they got fucked over, like in Syria and stuff. So I think Putin plays 3D chess. He's not gonna, he'll pretend, but he's got an ace up his sleeve. He's not gonna let himself get fucked over by them again.
I don't know.
They have not forgotten what happened in Syria.
I don't know. Look, they have to, we're kind of walking on eggshells over here, right? So with this whole situation, I think they're going to be very careful. They're going to have to analyze every potential consequence that this could have, if that, of course, is being considered, right?
By the way, great new mic, George. I forgot to compliment you on the new microphone.
Yeah, I got 4 of them, so we're taking things up a notch over here, man.
Now we all look uniform. You have the same mics that we have in studio, so it's perfect.
I did it just for that.
So we're all wearing the same costume. But Biden has to overcome a lot. Like Biden's biggest challenge, I think the first biggest challenge for Biden is going to be putting together a coherent sentence. That's going to be tough, but he's got 4 years to try, and he's going to have to be dodging, murder plots from Kamala Harris. So this guy's going to have an interesting 4 years. It's going to be like Mr. Magoo, just escaping death.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting year, I think. Let's bring this back to our little neck of the woods. there was an article printed yesterday that was pretty alarming. Our health network has officially reached a point past which it will be very difficult to continue to provide services to walk-ins, to the people that walk into the hospitals.
That's why you got to be smart, guys. If you go to the hospital, go with the wheelchair.
Even that, there will come a point where they might actually turn these people away as well. Yesterday, we surpassed 1,000 hospitalization caused by COVID-19. So the hospital's capacity is obviously at a critical level. This is obviously alarming, especially since in the next 2 to 3 months, we're entering a period where hospitalizations tend to usually be higher than the rest of the year. So government officials have been adamant about, people respecting the measures that have been imposed. So just to compare, I looked at some statistics. With the first wave back in the spring, we had hit a maximum of 1,800 hospitalizations. I remember reading this at that time, and people were starting to panic a bit. But the good news, it wasn't good news. I mean, the biggest difference was back then we were all completely confined, and pretty much everything was closed except for the supermarkets and everything that was considered essential.
Strip clubs.
So there wasn't that big of a risk of people walking in, or the situation was much more controlled in the hospitals because of the confinement measures. We're able to kind of plan ahead. Also, let's not forget that there are currently thousands of health professionals that are on sick leave, which obviously doesn't help the situation in our hospitals.
Is it because they said they're sick of this shit and took some time off?
Well, no, some of them are actually sick. They're infected with COVID, so they're staying home, and others went on burnout. So there's a lot of people missing from our hospitals. Another thing to consider is another interesting study that was conducted by Quebec's Public Health Institute, where people hospitalized because of COVID-19 stay on average 17 days in hospital, which is 3 times longer than those hospitalized by the flu. And the patients, if we're looking at the seniors now, the people that are over 80 years old, on average, they stay 22 days, which is over twice longer than those having the flu. So what this means is that the people stay much longer in hospitals if they're infected by the virus. So that is really, really stressing out our hospital administrators. Of course, it's a worrying situation, especially in the regions where they have much less resources than in the big cities, right? So, which also explains why this week the premier turned many regions into red zones. So, in fact, many of our hospitals are already on high alert, and they're currently studying strategies to deal with, the very possibility of things worsening after the holidays. So,
now, I have a question that no one's answering me. Are they on high alert because they're over capacity right now?
Yeah.
Is it because every patient that's in there is on life support due to COVID, or is it everything together where people are going in with mild, like there's so much strain on it because everyone's just going in panicking?
It's everything together, but specifically the units that were reserved to take care of people infected by COVID-19, those are maxed out.
But are they maxed out because people, again, are using ventilators? It's crazy. Or because people are going in like, oh, my God, I tested positive and I'm infected.
This is specifically for COVID-19. So they've reached...
Right, COVID-19. But I'm saying because COVID-19, like we've said, there's a wide spectrum. Like I know 3 people that got it 2 weeks ago, and all 3 of them had different symptoms. None of them needed life support, but all 3 of them had...
The ones that are hospitalized, not the ones that are walking in because they have a headache or they're coughing and they're not sure or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
People that are hospitalized that are using up beds.
So all the people in those units are hospitalized due to COVID-19, like it's dangerous.
Not the entire hospital.
No. I'm talking about the ward. Yeah. The COVID-19 ward is only them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So from what I understand, at least. So
I don't. That's why I was asking you. You're the first person to tell me because I couldn't get a straight answer.
I had a doctor on my other podcast to explain to me exactly how they transformed the hospitals to accommodate beds for people that needed to be hospitalized. So obviously they're taking in other people because the hospitals need to run. But if you remember last week, I told you that the premier announced, he made an announcement calling for the hospitals to kind of push back any other emergency not emergency,
elective
but
surgeries have been
or whatever, except for urgent life-threatening stuff like cancer and all those things.
No, but elective surgeries, I heard like nose jobs, boob jobs, all that.
Those are done. It's over. Those are done. Don't even think about it. So,
I'm gonna think about boob jobs.
so yeah, so that's it. So I mean, just a call out to everyone, man. Just please be careful. If there's no need to go out, just stay home. Uh, hopefully this entire situation will end sooner than later. I
Why
mean,
don't you shut your goddamn Nazi mouth?
we have the vaccine now, so perhaps we can all start hoping for normalcy real soon.
Speaking of the vaccine, did you see that Twitter video that they deleted this morning, but I saw it yesterday, of the nurse that got vaccinated?
Fainted?
That was... I was
yeah,
hoping it was a
What
troll.
was that?
I was hoping it was a troll because if she's trolling, it is such a good gag. It is such a good gag to be the first nurse in the hospital to get vaccinated and to get interviewed right after and just be like, yeah, hold on, my head, it just collapsed. It's like, you can't write this stuff. These are the kind of jokes that they have, you can only do them once. It has to be the first person, it has to be perfect, perfectly timed.
It didn't look staged, though. I don't know how you
No,
saw it.
I don't mean staged as in it was a fake video. I mean, it was clearly a real video, but I mean, maybe the only thing I could think of is she was fucking around.
I don't know about that, man. It looked pretty...
Real? Bro, that's insane. They should have never put that in the news. That's crazy. Like, the vaccine, like we said, safe. She collapses.
Yeah, but I mean...
Except if you're 30.
When you're broadcasting live, I mean, how can you...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it was live, yeah.
Look, if it's live, I mean, the poor girl comes up, she just got vaccinated, and it's affecting her right away, the poor thing. You had 5 doctors rushing to her.
Yeah, I was like, oh, geez, this is such a clusterfuck.
Well, look, if you're gonna faint, I mean, that's the perfect place where you want it to happen, right?
I guess. But it's like a grand opening of a new restaurant. You're like, our food here is delicious, this, and then the background has somebody choking, like it's one of those situations where it's like, what are the odds?
Maybe it's just needles that make her nervous.
Poisoned by
the nurse.
food.
Yeah.
I hope needles don't make her nervous. She's a nurse. But no, it was after, like she was done and she was talking.
Okay.
I think it's because apparently some people, you know how some people forget looking at the needle, but some people it affects them differently because when you get a vaccine, there's some shit in there. Some people get like woozy.
Yeah, they react differently. Yeah,
they react. I don't. Me, you could just prick me and I'll keep walking. You could take blood from me and I'll keep fucking walking. But I think they said it might be something like that. Like it's just she's one of those people. And but what are the odds that of the few people getting the vaccine, the one person that they interview, the nurse, it's so funny.
Yeah. It's like all the stars were aligned.
I found the video.
I'll put the video on so that the people can see the video because goddamn hilarious. This is too funny.
Why is it playing ads? Hold on.
Well, that's what they do.
It's playing an ad.
Is it an ad for a vaccine?
No, it's called Purple.
Okay. How funny is that? Oh man, when I saw it yesterday, Flat Cat tweeted me. She's like, "Take a look at this."
Hold on. I'm gonna put it big.
Yeah, George already saw it. It's more for the people.
Hold on just a second.
Could just be the stress response to vaginal shock. All right, mademoiselle, I don't know.
What?
Oh, yeah, it's this lady. I think she's a nurse, but she's probably working a lot. Like, she's tired.
Sorry.
Pensive music. Who the fuck put these closed captions?
But it's also very possible that it has nothing to do with the vaccine, right?
Yeah, I think she's probably overworked or some shit.
Not only that, but I mean, I've seen people react like this when they're forced to, to talk to public.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't have
the stress, the over,
Yeah, because not everyone, like I've had guests that I thought were going to be fun. Like I brought them to a podcast and as soon as the cameras and the thing starts recording, they panic like, they start like hyperventilating and shit. So there could be a lot of factors. It's just so funny that this happened right now. Like these are the kind of shit that you have to appreciate humor to really, really like this. Like this is a gift from the universe.
Yeah.
So funny, dude. Oh my god! And people were freaking out. Yeah, because some people when they get vaccinated or they needle, they doze off. They're completely. So she might be one of those people. Like some people just can't take it.
But again, even if there's no problem with the vaccine, I've seen people react like this when they're in public. When you put them like
yeah, that's so. Imagine her if she has already trouble with like getting inoculated and she's nervous. The combination, it'll make her woozy.
Anyway, back to that hospital thing that...
hold on. Poseidon.
Somebody said in the chat it's a vagal shock. which occur, it's vasovagal syncope.
Pronounced vaginal.
That's what they said in the chat. It's funny. Everyone's messing with it.
There's a vaginal shock.
The vasovagal syncope. That's how. Look, this is what I'm reading. Occurs when you faint because your body overreacts to certain triggers, such as the sight of blood or extreme emotional
You don't gotta get. It's like we said. Some people just have conditions. You don't gotta like stretch out what we were saying. We said it quickly. We just said some people can't handle it. That's probably what it is. Or else the old ladies would have already been dead. Like that lady in Coventry. All the old people that got it. It's just the ridiculous factor. The ridiculousness factor of her being on live TV as a nurse. Like, we're so happy. We were all excited to get the vaccine. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. This is we're living. This is a circus. This year's been a goddamn circus.
It's just, honestly, nothing really shocks you anymore, right?
Oh, but somebody even said in the chat that because we're deficient of sunlight here, we should be supplementing and getting our vitamin D. I have been taking vitamin D3 for a while now, and I got to tell you, I haven't gotten COVID. So, is it related? I don't know.
Is that the trick?
No, it's not to get COVID. It just helps your immune system. Vitamin D is good for you. Sunlight is good for you. But if you're not getting the proper vitamins, you definitely should supplement it and get it in. Like it's because I used to get more sick in the winters back in the day before I would take vitamins. I used to get more runny noses, more colds. Now I'm able to, with vitamins, hold out for longer. Oh, G got the COVID.
I got the COVID. No. So just to finish up on that hospital news that is worrying, as if that wasn't stressful enough. Yesterday, some news comes out, and I tweeted about that too. There's a member of the National Assembly who decided it was a smart thing on Wednesday night to take his staff out to a bar and get completely trashed.
Yeah, party time at the assembly.
Because I mean, the premier announced as of Thursday, like I said, certain regions turned red. So these guys Wednesday night,
they all flipped for the Republicans.
They went out to party completely disregarding any measure of social distancing, masks, and all that kind of stuff. And there's someone that's filming these guys now, and they're fucking wasted.
Can I just say something before we continue? Yeah. Funny comic, friend of the show, Ryan Long. So Ryan Long and his homies in New York, the other comics, they made a video a few days ago of the governors in the states not respecting the rules, just getting hammered behind the scenes. Yeah. Dude, it is just like what they did. And if you look at Ryan Long's video, it's fucking hilarious because they're like, yeah, we're locking down this curfew so that all the hoes are for us. And dude, it's the funniest thing. And they're binge drinking and they're calling in prostitutes and they're looking for coke. And they're like frat boys basically. And this is exactly what these politicians did 2 days ago.
This is crazy, and you see the video, and the guy at some point he gets up, he can barely walk. He's with like 3 or 4 other guys. This is Denis Tardif. He gets elected in Rivière-du-Loup, Témiscouata. It's up in the regions. So naturally, they kicked him out of caucus. The guy had to apologize. It's fucking embarrassing, man. Like you're sitting now as an independent because you wanted to go party with your staff, and not only that, you're caught on video. You're all fucking trash. One guy is like completely face down on the table.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So it was just, we shouldn't
social
be laughing,
distance this dick. Yeah, Stevie. And they're just drinking. It's fucking hilarious.
I mean,
this is a magical year.
We shouldn't be laughing, but
yes, we should.
Guys like, oh, what? They're turning it red. We got to do our staff party now. Let's go. Let's go to some remote bar where nobody knows us. Meanwhile, there's someone that's filming you. Fuck.
But also, how then again, I wouldn't recognize these people, so I'm surprised that the people at the bar knew the fuck they were.
Well, yeah, because look, I mean, these are little rural areas, right? You're in the region. Everyone knows their elected official. I mean, you know who they are. The person walks in a bar. You're like, oh yeah, I think that's our M&A. Yeah, that's a politician. I've seen him around before, or whatever. I mean, they're popular people. They're all over the place. People,
I don't know these guys.
You don't know them because you don't give a shit. But if you were in a region where it was a little bit more remote, you'd probably know who they are. I mean, you know who the elected officials are. If you're in a bar and Justin Trudeau walks in, I mean, you know who he is.
Well, I'll have to squint. I'll be like, is that Trudeau or another gay man?
There's a little lighter shade of black today. What's going on over there? I can't really make out.
Sir, can I ask you a question? Just, I might be wrong. Were you ever black? Did you lead this country? Did you try to lead this country off a cliff? It's you, Justice. Hello. Yeah.
Justice. So yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. I feel sorry for the guy, but at the same time, it's like this guy's part of the government, right? I mean, you have spent nearly an entire year telling people to be careful, to social distance, and you're doing the complete opposite. I mean, you're embarrassing your own government. You know what I mean? Anyway,
It's funny because while we're saying this, Big Sexy just sent me a video of the nurse. While we're saying this, I get a message. Yeah, have you seen this shit? Like,
that's so funny.
yeah.
All right, guys. A little bit on a brighter note, we
Yeah.
may be seeing hockey again sooner than later.
Okay, before we get to hockey, because you're bringing the bright, I'm going to segue into this because there's no segues that make sense in news, okay? Sometimes they don't. But I got to tell you on my drive here what the BBC News did. The only thing I'm paraphrasing is I can't do the accent right, but this is exactly what the news was, and I had to do a double take. I was like, wait, what? It's like, so in Egypt, a bunch of Muslims stripped a Coptic woman down and dragged her through the streets. Very bad. This comes days after another bunch of Muslims tried to kill a man who was Coptic, and he was caught having an affair with a married Muslim woman. Okay, this is what she said. Without missing a beat, she's like, in other news, Sony has taken the popular game Cyberpunk off their store because the game was riddled with glitches. People were complaining. Sony took a move that people didn't see coming, and she spent more time on the Cyberpunk glitches than the Muslims killing the Coptics. And I was like, wait, how the fuck is that a say? Like, how you just said people are getting murdered, and you're like, by the way, even bigger news, Cyberpunk is being pulled from the store and they're issuing full refunds.
Oh,
it was crazy. This was the BBC in the morning.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the Habs. Hold on. Yeah. So basically, Quebec's public health authorized the Canadians to start planning practices again. I mean, we still don't know anything about the games being held. I know that the NHL is apparently looking into it, and they should be coming out with an announcement pretty soon. From the little information that I found online and that's available, it appears that the players would need to be in a sort of practice bubble, kind of like they were during the playoffs.
Would they also need to be part of a good team?
Not necessarily.
So
no.
they can. So the Canadians can practice. Okay.
Apparently, they have a good team. I mean, I'm not.
I'm just busting balls.
Right, but apparently, in order to qualify, they need to quarantine for at least a week and pass 4
negative
COVID
tests. Yeah.
So I mean, look, it would be interesting to see what the NHL comes up with.
How do you pass a COVID test, George? Like, how much studying is involved?
Yeah, I don't know. They gotta sit and focus on that, right? No, but 4 different tests, man, within a week. It's pretty.
It hurts the nostrils.
Yeah, the nostrils. Yeah. I mean, look, I read somewhere that the NHL is considering creating regional bubbles in order to kind of rearrange the divisions.
Yeah, they said there's going to be a Canadian division because we have that trouble.
That would probably mean that all Canadian teams would be kind of regrouped in order not to avoid traveling to the U.S. and vice versa. The question in that case would remain on how each province would authorize that, because health is a provincial jurisdiction. So they would have to kind of authorize that. In any case, I mean, even though lately, I don't really watch hockey, like I said, I think it would be great to watch something different on TV rather than our politicians nearly 24/7, right? So hopefully we'll get to watch some hockey this year.
I mean, that's why we're around, right? We keep producing videos and shit, give people something else to watch. And we bring the news the way no one else brings the news in the morning. Gee, where else would you hear all this stuff? You know what else I heard on the BBC? They were complaining, and they're rightfully, but no one's going to do anything, about the upcoming World Cup of Soccer.
Yes.
2022. So they go, it's in Qatar, and people people are like, you do realize Qatar is like a full-on terrorist nation. Like, they're a super rich, oil-rich country that them and Erdogan and Turkey, like they're fueling the fire all around the world of like extremism. Like, this is crazy. Even Saudi Arabia doesn't like Qatar. Saudi Arabia's like, these guys are too extreme. You know that, right? Like, they don't get along. So they're like, why would that even happen? Like, it's clearly fixed that they won the votes. And then it was replaying the audio of when they won the vote, like at the committee, and there was gasps and people being like, huh? What? Or just people freaking the fuck out, and they go, no, look, we took care of it. We're very serious about being carbon neutral at this event. And somebody's like, how the fuck are you going to be carbon neutral? You're doing it in the desert. Like, no, listen, this is what we did. all the stadiums, there's 8 of them that we built, new ones from slaves. We used Pakistani, Indian, Bangladesh slaves. A lot of them died. But we built all these 8 stadiums very nearby to each other, so you don't need a plane to go from stadium to stadium. Right? Qatari, no carbon. Also, there's air conditioning in all these stadiums, so they don't overheat and stuff. And someone's like, the air conditioning, that's not zero. Like, the amount of fucking energy you're wasting for this nonsense event that should not be taking place in a goddamn desert. Because it's impossible, to make all. You're like, no. We thought this through. There's also tramways for the fans to go from stadium to stadium, so that again they don't need to take planes. Like just crazy shit. The excuse of offsetting, and they're asking FIFA. They go, this is impossible, right? Like, there's no way you guys are zero carbon emission. Like, you guys are full. First of all, this entire place was built through the sale of fossil fuels. Like, that's all Qatar is doing. And Qatar knew what it was getting into. They got this. Don't worry. Like, it's so crazy.
The same thing, though, I heard something about the Olympic Games in China. When are those happening?
Didn't the Olympics in China already happen?
No, I think there's upcoming games or some international competition happening in China. I'm not sure. Maybe Poseidon can check that out.
Poseidon could check that out.
But that was Tokyo, I think, the Olympics.
Yeah, Tokyo
had canceled.
They're not. I don't want to make you look like an
that was
asshole,
last year.
but Japan and China are 2 different countries, George.
Yeah, no, and they would never do something together. Those 2.
No. One was nuked twice, and the other should have been nuked twice.
But something's happening in Asia.
It took so long for people to react to that joke. I was like, why is everyone agreeing to nuke a country?
Because I'm looking at stuff. That's why.
I was like, what the fuck? Everyone's like, yeah, of course that makes sense.
No, but
that was a joke, bro. Jesus Christ.
I was searching stuff up, so it took time to register. But
they're mad about that coronavirus. Goddamn.
But yeah, there was supposed to be the Tokyo Olympics 2020, but they got canceled this year.
But is there anything upcoming, like I don't know, some Olympic competition in China soon, like in 4 or 8 years, something like that? Yeah, winter. Someone replied, Winter Olympics, Beijing, 2022. There you go.
The Winter Olympics, yeah.
Those aren't real.
They're not real Olympics, yeah.
I don't consider the Winter Olympics real. Like, they're fun to watch. Like, I like watching the hockey and all that, but it's not real. They keep making different Olympics.
There's a lot of pressure, and I overheard this on the radio the other day about Canada boycotting them because they took 2 Canadians and they're in jail for no reason.
What are you talking about? Trudeau just invited their military to come hang out with us during Christmas.
Yeah, come hang out. That makes no sense. But no, those 2 Canadians that were arrested because Canada arrested what's her face
the Hawaii CEO.
Girl. Yeah. But that would be weird, though. No, I mean, you go to the Olympics, you're all celebrating while you have 2 Canadian prisoners being held
in that country.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. But you know what else is weird? Him inviting their military here.
Yeah,
what he should have said is your military is allowed to come if they bring the 2 hostages with them.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes no sense. I don't know what the hell's going on.
But that's for a leader. That's fucked up. That 2 innocent people are still in a Chinese prison.
It's been 2 years now,
and he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, bring your military here. That's cool. What about those 2 people? Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm going to care about Canadians. What do I care? Sir, you're the prime minister. Who in the what now? Like, it doesn't make any... I'm fucking... Like, that would be... If you're prime minister, that would be my main thing. It's like, Jesus Christ, there's 2 of my citizens that I know where they are. They're in they haven't done anything. I got to do whatever the fuck I can to deal with these Chinese people so I can get them back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, either he's a complete scumbag... Or
he's not a... Here's the thing. This is what I've realized watching him talk. He's not an evil person.
Yeah.
When you could tell? Like, this guy doesn't seem like he's a bad guy. Yeah. But he seems very disconnected from reality. He seems very, okay, what's the right thing to say as opposed to what's the right thing to do? Right? Mm-hmm. So he listens. They tell him the right thing to say for this situation is this. But it's going to be opposite of what he does. So he says it. He feels like a robot. He's like, we need to be together in this, and we care about... He just says what he doesn't say the truth. He's not like an honest guy shooting from the cuff, being out there like, listen, this is what's happening. He's not that guy. No. It's very hard, though, to find that guy in politics, in his defense.
Yeah.
But the issue is when you've clearly now... You've destroyed the country, there's so much that happened. At least be like, you know what? My last fucking few months, let me turn things around. Let me help, let me go hardcore. But I don't think he has it in him. But he doesn't seem like an evil guy. He just seems like he's a little overwhelmed and he's just listening to what they tell him. But I don't get the vibe of evil from him.
No, of course not, man. Come on.
I don't get, like, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't get that. Like, it's because everybody's like, oh, if I don't agree with the politician, they're bad people. You could tell certain politicians are they're scumbags. He's an idiot that we make fun of. He'll do this and that, but I don't see the badness. Like, I don't see him maliciously. I think whatever he does, he thinks he's doing the right thing. That's the problem, you know. But I don't think no, he doesn't have the bone in his body of let me fuck them over, which sucks because then it's hard to yell at the guy, you know. Yeah.
Let's talk about something else that's happening that's pretty cool.
Oh shit, we didn't mention Phil Balabanos has died. We didn't tell the fans that. Yeah, goddamn, that happened yesterday. We were 50-50 on doing the show today. Goddamn, Poseidon, we were supposed to lead with that. What'd you do? God damn. All right. Well, moving on to another story. What's up, G? What were you gonna bring us?
No, in all honesty, I mean the kid is sick. So I mean we wish him obviously speedy recovery.
Don't lie to the people, George. We can't hide his death from them for too long. It's like a weekend at Bernie situation.
Yeah, exactly. No, some more positive news. We've spoken already about the REM project last week or the week before.
I believe they called it the REM job.
And it's moving great.
Yeah.
No, things are moving forward surprisingly
Tasty.
well. And by next year, we'll have a brand new means of transportation that will be available to everyone. This week, we found out during an announcement that there are plans to extend the rail to the east end of Montreal. So this would add over 30 kilometers more to the network and over 20 stations.
This is to bring the east end downtown.
Yeah.
Because that's what we think downtown needs right now. Algerians.
Connecting the east end to downtown. That line basically would start from the central station downtown and would run along René Lévesque above ground, all the way to Notre Dame, east of the Jacques Cartier Bridge.
You know that would actually change things a lot, because I remember friends that were in the East End, the ones that, like, let's say they didn't have a car, it was super difficult for them to have jobs downtown because there's nothing there. There's no metro. Like it's a fucking fiasco.
The closest metro is in Saint Michel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it was super hard for them to get around. So this might actually fucking
it's amazing.
Stimulate
honestly.
some jobs.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it's gonna go all the way to Notre Dame, and from there it's gonna split one direction is going north all the way to Cégep Marie Victorin at the northeast sector of the city, and another line would just continue eastbound along Sherbrooke all the way to Pointe-aux-Trembles. So we're going all the way nearly to the tip of the island.
You know what? Good for them. Good for the East End. Good for the city if we can get this done.
And we're talking about this is a $10 billion extension. It's going to create. They're projecting over 60,000 new jobs. In terms of time, just for everyone wondering, it would take a little over 20 minutes to go from Pointe-aux-Trembles all the way to downtown Montreal.
Okay, that's incredible. That's a game changer. That's going to open up the lives of people down there. That, like, it's insane. They could actually work in, like, our actual industry downtown.
Yeah, but they're going to see civilization for the first time. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and I've said this before, this project really, really makes me happy. And, what's even more impressive is that for once, the timelines are being respected. I mean, just think this, I just think that this is such a great infrastructure project, and it connects Montreal much more than any other means of transport that we have, already. I think it's great. To be honest with you, this is probably something that I may not hesitate to that much to use. I mean, I'm still holding that thought of it because I don't really like public transportation. But I mean, think about it. When
I don't mind the transportation, I hate the public.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that you're in an environment where
I'm just fucking around, George. I like how you take it. I like how you take it seriously. Like, well, the public is. I'm just boosting the balls, George. That's what I do. I hate it when people take me fucking seriously.
Look, I mean,
you're doing it again, George.
No. I'm still stuck. The point they said. I hate the public. I mean, I'm not so. I mean, I
you
don't
hate
like
the public?
Being close to fucking people.
No. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you there. Especially strangers in these times. I don't know what they have. Perhaps they have the vid. But this is something that it's Montreal, so it's not like it's going to be ready before 30/27 or some shit. So we're not going to live to see it.
No, but that's the whole thing, man. The timelines are being respected. By mid next year, the first phase is completed. So
what's the first phase? We drew up a plan.
No. The first phase is South Shore to downtown. And then the second phase is the West Island, and the third phase is Laval. So
I don't know if I'm for that. I don't know if I'm for phases 1 and 3. I'll tell you why.
but you can't do everything at the same time. But if you drive around now Montreal, you're.
But why are we worried about getting you people from the South Shore? And I'm sorry to say you people for you South Shoreans, but you people and Lavalers, easy access to Montreal. Shouldn't we be trying to keep you guys out? Perhaps a moat situation.
Yeah, maybe you should.
With fill the St. Lawrence with gators.
But look, it's an interesting solution. Yeah, no, but it's an interesting solution when, especially, let's say you're an administrator in Montreal, you're elected or whatever you are,
Yeah.
and you're realizing that your housing market is through the roof, everyone is leaving. You have to find a way to bring these people back into the city, right?
Because literally now you can get a badass house for next to nothing in fucking Pointe-aux-Trembles, and then your daily commute is 20 minutes. That's absurd.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's life changing,
But doesn't that mean that the property value in those areas is going to go up?
but not as much and not as fast.
Okay.
Because not
Okay,
everybody wants to
so-
live in Pointe-aux-Trembles.
But that's the thing. I mean, it's also going to bring value to those regions as well.
Yeah.
I was reading a couple months ago that they're planning. Valerie Plante had mentioned something about creating the hugest park in North America, like bigger than the Central Park in New York. And I'm wondering where the fuck are you going to put that? And then I'm reading she's going to put that in the West Island. So
Isn't that insulting to the West Island? Like for years they've been a zoo, now they're gonna be a park.
it's going to bring a lot of it's going to bring a lot of attention to these regions as well. And don't forget also, maybe there's going to be much more commercial development and office spaces developed in these regions as well. Now that you have the accessibility, who knows?
I don't get credit for the space that I've built. You know that the government has never been like Poseidon. Pantelis, congratulations on creating new jobs. They've never said that to me, not once.
You got to push harder, man. You
I don't
want
wanna
to
push.
like over 1,000 jobs. Can you do that?
Poseidon's getting fired today, so there's going to be an opening. So people send in their CVs. So I'll create 1 or 2 jobs. That's about it. That's all we can handle right now.
Anyway, so yeah, so there's good things, there's bad things, but all in all, I just want to go back to that whole scare and the alert that we're getting from our hospitals. Guys, just be careful, man. Let's not act stupid, especially since we know, like I said, that the next couple of months are usually heavier on our hospitals.
But Poseidon told me that it's a hoax, that the hospitals are lying. Is he wrong?
Yeah, the hospitals are lying. They're completely empty. They have all the capacity in the world.
Somebody cut that soundbite. Somebody cut that and send it on the internet. Be like, George Tadizos has just told us. Imagine you get phone calls from friends. Why are you going around spreading propaganda, bro?
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, the hospitals are, I mean, the hospitals even before, if you remember before COVID, we would hear about it every year, right? We need help. We need infrastructure changes. We can't take it. So already, without like a mass amount of people coming in for, COVID-19, they were already at the end of their wits, some of these hospitals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So imagine now, yeah. But again, what I want to know, George, and again, you didn't know because the information's not there, is all the people that are in these wards, can they be home? Like you're telling me that all the people in those wards are in critical hospitalization needing conditions. That's what's scary because the percentages don't make sense. Right? So the percentage of people that get it and die and that we have stats for in the last 10 months doesn't make sense with now 80% instead of 1% are hospitalized and it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's what doesn't make sense.
The
to me.
1% isn't hospitalizations. The 1% or the
death.
less than 1% were the death. It was the death rate. But that doesn't mean that you can't get it and be hospitalized but still survive.
Of
right?
course, yeah. Or else the hospitals would be useless.
Yeah. So from what I understand, that's what it seems to be. It seems to be that all the space that was made available in the hospitals to take care of people suffering from COVID-19 that needed to have beds, not walk-ins, about people not being able to breathe or, having respiratory problems or whatever, just having headaches, and they're just sent back home. We're talking people that need to be in the hospital.
Do we know yet, George? I don't know if you heard, but do we know yet? Have they done a study to find out what is it? Because you know how it affects everyone differently.
Yeah.
Do we know what it is? Like what part of our genome? What is it that if some people have, they get destroyed and some people don't?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on.
That should be a study that they should have been trying to figure out the last couple of months because it's crazy. Because one of the people that I know, like one of the toughest people that I know, who he was down and out for like 2 weeks, and his wife who got it was like nothing happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know
It's
what the
strange.
fuck.
It affects people differently.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
If they
know.
could figure that out, like, what is it?
Let's Google it. Maybe somebody has.
No,
a
no one's
theory.
figured out yet because that would have been a game changer. If they figured that out, then everybody wouldn't need a vaccine, Poseidon.
No, but maybe they have a theory.
Oh, yeah, they could have theory, but everybody has a theory. But I wonder what it is.
But that, guys, I mean, isn't that normal? I mean, people react differently to every. I mean, even the flu. There's some people that they die from it, and others that don't. They just get a little runny nose.
But wait, last year I heard that in Canada, 40,000 people died from the flu.
Is that true?
Well,
I don't
I don't know. That's what the stats are telling us. Poseidon.
Yeah, I found that too, but I can't find it anywhere on the anymore.
They took it. That's what's weird is they took that the stat off because Stats Canada has everything about deaths and all that. So Poseidon told me, and I didn't believe him. He told me because he couldn't find it again. He's like, they removed it, and I was like, this guy's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know how to search again. But he's convinced that they have removed the information, which then this is why it leads into conspiracy theories. This
From
is why.
the important website, the official Canadian.
Yeah, from
Canada
important.
website.
Like you could find it in other websites, but he doesn't care. He wants the official one, right? So the
Yeah.
fact that they remove shit that people use against them from the official websites, I don't know if the government realizes, but they're the ones causing hysteria
Yeah.
and starting conspiracy theories. They're 100. They could blame whoever they want. It's 100% their fault.
Yeah.
Because you can't say we had this year we had 12,000 deaths of COVID. It's the worst thing ever. Last year 40,000 people died from the flu, and then people are like, wait, what the fuck? So then isn't that worse? And they're like, we didn't say anything. Like that's great. Then you're letting people start assuming shit. You know, they should just leave the stats up there so we can assess.
Yeah. I don't know.
But then
I mean,
again, I
look,
don't know how much of this is also Poseidon not being able to count. They're like, there was 4 flu deaths last year. Poseidon's like, bro, it was 40,000.
I'm convinced. I saw a couple zeros. Fine. Anyways, boys, I gotta run.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk.
Wait,
again
hold
next-
on, G. Before you go, we got to tell people where they could find you, though.
Yeah.
Because or else they won't know. So if you like George Hadrizos, and let's be honest, why wouldn't you? All right? He is the hitman. He's the bald assassin. He is the South Shore bruiser, the George Hadrizos. He's got a podcast called The Backstage Podcast, very good podcast, where he catches people backstage when they're not expecting him, and he asks them hard-hitting questions, such as, sir, what's with these COVID numbers? Very important podcast happening right now on George's website. Follow the links in the description because he also has the new hit podcast, Just Us Dads, a podcast that appeals to dads and some moms and some people who identify as dads. It's a good show. They talk about the trials and tribulations of having children, especially now raising them in this COVID-19 world, which is just crazy. What do? You let them go out? You don't let them go out? You affect them mentally by keeping them inside all the time? These are hard-hitting questions, and George and his buddies, other fathers, are out to answer those very questions. So follow the links in the description. Follow George. Follow Just Us Dads before he loses it and kills his entire family. Thank you, G.
All right, guys. Take care.
You can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis. Sign up to the Patreon. We're also going to start doing, I guess, we're adding a feature that YouTube told me about where people could sign up and they could get like, custom emojis and shit on YouTube. I don't understand. They told me I should have known about this. I don't know. I don't know about a lot of these things. Even Patreon took us forever to get to. I'm like an old man, all right? So I'm trying to catch up to all this stuff. But at least be happy that we created these goddamn studios and we could podcast like human fucking beings. Another podcast happening today. Joey Elias is coming in studio. It'll be live for the patrons at around 2 in the PM. So you guys can enjoy that. Mr. Poseidon, you could find him online. The Poseidon69, Twitter and Instagram. If he's on time. Normally he's not on time, so you can't find him anywhere. That's what you're getting. Poseidon?
Yeah.
You okay? You look like you're gonna collapse.
No, I'm fine.
You look like you're gonna collapse.
Really?
That's what it looks like, yeah. I thought you were gonna fall over. You look like that nurse.
Not at all.
All right, well, go to double cam and sit over here. Don't worry, I already Cloroxed everything before you came in. Because Poseidon had a studio session here last night, but he didn't clean up. But I did it. So it's all clean. Sit down. Is your mic on? Yeah, that would have been smart. That would have been step 1. There you go. Look at that. Tell us, Poseidon, what happened this morning?
So I woke up on time
What time did you wake up?
around 8:45.
How is that? Okay, go on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I have to be here by 9:15.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, how did you get late?
Well, what happened was I woke up at 8:45. I'm like, I got 5 more minutes. Pass out again. Wake up at 9:15. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta rush. So
Even then, you had time, 9:15.
Yeah, I still had time, but then I get in my car and it's fucking freezing, so I had to warm it up a bit.
For how long did you warm up your car?
10 minutes.
Seems excessive.
It's an older car, because otherwise my brake lines won't work. I won't be able to brake.
That's not a problem. I need you to get here. I don't need you to be stopping.
No, because it happened to me last year too when I left too fast.
Yeah.
I go to press the brakes and they just weren't working. They were
Again,
frozen.
that's good. That's last year was when you were showing up on time more often, and the reason was you couldn't stop. You had no excuse.
Yeah, I get
Just keep moving forward.
Nah.
Yeah, you gotta get up, man. You showed up literally at 10:01. You showed up like a minute after we were supposed to be live.
I know.
While I was scrambling here trying to find you. It's you put a damper on my whole morning.
I know, I understand.
And yesterday when you left, you didn't do your shit. You didn't close up.
Well, I closed everything. I just forgot to clean.
Yeah.
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 But,
Who wakes up 30 minutes before work starts? Look, I've been trying to tell him, but he doesn't listen. I don't understand. I ran my errands in the morning. I dropped off my dog. I did all that stuff. I showered. I don't know. It's,
You're 100% right. Yeah, look, I'm not trying to make any excuses or whatever or anything like that. It's just
No, you are.
I feel mentally exhausted from everything this year. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I need a bit of a
Break?
yeah, downtime.
You need some downtime.
But I don't mean like a break, like I go on vacation party. I mean, like I turn off my phone. I put on airplane mode. I can't be reached by anybody.
Yeah.
Break.
Of course.
Like that. That's what I mean.
It has been. If it's been tough on anyone this year, it has been tough on you.
Well, it's been tough on everyone. I'm not.
No,
I'm not,
I didn't say
I'm not
just
trying
you.
to.
I didn't say just you. I'm just saying.
But I'm not trying to say poor me or whatever. You know, like
I didn't. You said that.
You know, or anything like that. I'm not trying to. You know. That's it. You know.
Payo Beats is in the same shitty mood this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Poseidon, you have been doing this stuff and saying this stuff even before COVID. We could agree to this, right? This,
Yeah, 100%.
This is an ongoing Poseidon thing. Like you're basically saying it's because of the year of COVID, but this has been going on for years.
No, I get it, but
I'm just saying, like, let's call a spade a spade.
yeah. No, but it's just that's how I feel lately. It's
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm saying it's not lately. This has been ongoing from before COVID. It was the same thing, right? And then it was always like, oh, sorry, bro, it won't happen again. I just like sleeping. Or, sorry, bro, I was up. Yeah, I was up late. I was watching porn or whatever the fuck. There's normally an excuse attached to it.
Yeah.
It's just that now the new one this year has been the COVID thing. But you were doing the same thing before COVID. It was a different excuse is what I'm saying.
But I'm not blaming the late thing on COVID.
Okay.
That's not what, you know. I'm just It's just my mind's been like a bit all over the place this year, and
What are you thinking about right now?
about wanting to take a break.
Okay. So would you like to take a vacation?
Yes.
To where?
Nowhere, just in my apartment, just chilling, just turn off my phone, like no social media. Like I'm gonna even
Have people been harassing you on social media? Is that why you keep saying no social
no.
media?
It's just I don't know. I have to recalibrate a bit. It's just I'm like that. I can go for a really long time, you know, working this that, you know, even because I was working at the other place too, you know, I could go for a very long time and do stuff, but eventually, I don't know what happens to my brain. Like I don't know. I just have to. I don't know how to explain it to you. I just need.
I'm listening.
I need like a wait time. I need to disappear from the world. I'm like this.
To disappear.
No. I swear to God, like it sounds ridiculous.
I'm not. I'm just laughing at the way you said it. I'm not.
No, but I mean exactly that. Like when I went to Cuba, I came back. I felt amazing because I was completely disconnected.
Yeah.
You know.
Olga thinks you just set your alarm to 30 minutes earlier.
You know, I get it. How other people, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying how I feel.
I know.
That's it.
So you would like to take a vacation, go to Cuba for a week?
No, not even. Just completely like off the radar for a week as if I don't exist. I've always been like that. I like doing that. I don't know.
Okay,
I've always, yeah.
so then why didn't you do that?
Well, I have responsibilities also, right?
Well,
You know?
no. If you have responsibilities, you would do your responsibilities.
No,
You can't half-ass your responsibilities.
but
and then
I'm
be like, you
trying-
guys are lucky that I'm half-assing it.
No. It's not even you're lucky. It's I'm trying to do them, but I also have this in my head. You know what I mean? So that's
That you want to just disconnect from everyone.
Yeah.
But how connected are you to everyone, really?
What do you mean?
Like, because you said you want to disconnect, right? But are a lot of people reaching out to you? Because couldn't you just
it's not
disconnect
even-
by? I'm just saying, couldn't you just disconnect by just stop posting? Like, because I'm saying you're the. It's not that people are messaging you online for you to
it has
engage.
nothing to do with that. It's
But
just-
listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not that you could literally just not use any of that right now. Like, no one, you're not forced to, is what I'm saying. Like, you're making it seem like I would like to, but I can't or whatever. But no one is. You're the one engaging with the internet. The internet's not engaging with you right now.
Yeah, no, I know that.
So you could just stop it. So there's nothing like you're saying it like it's impossible, but you could literally just put an end to it right now. For a week or two or whatever, you could literally put an end to it. There's no reason not to, is what I'm saying. Do you see? Like, this is an invisible barrier that you're creating. Like, there's nothing. You're like, oh, I got to get off it. But the internet's not engaging with you. You're engaging with it.
But not just
you're the one
internet.
posting all the
I
stuff.
mean, like in general, like
Yeah, so we do that. Just do that. Like, you're saying it like, oh, it will be so hard, but let's just do it. Just do it.
no.
That's it. Like, what's stopping you? For
But-
real, what's stopping you?
Nothing, but not.
So
I
then-
don't mean just from the internet. I mean, like in general.
That's what I'm
everything.
saying.
I'm using the internet as an example. but-
Everything, from everything.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Well, you know, I work with you, right?
I'll manage. I managed before you. There's literally nothing stopping you.
So you wouldn't mind?
Well, why would I mind? I've done. I've been doing this before you existed, dude.
No, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You're making these excuses up. There's literally nothing stopping you. You're like, oh, I can't because I got so many responsibilities. You keep fucking up all your responsibilities.
Yeah,
So
I know,
clearly
I
we
know.
could manage without you. So it's not a big deal. You could literally take a week off. You could take you could take a month off.
No, a month would be too much.
Well, that's for you to decide. But I'm just saying, like, it's no one's stopping you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's what you want, you could start from today and fucking take a couple of weeks off and recalibrate.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But then if you come back and you're late on the first day or whatever,
yeah, then 100%.
100% what?
I'm out, I guess.
You're already out. We discussed this morning, but just saying. Yeah, so that's it. You take some time off and recalibrate your life. Think about it. No one's stopping you. You make it seem like you're setting up these invisible barriers. No one's stopping you.
Yeah. I don't know why I set up these invisible barriers.
So I'm saying you should be happy. You live in a time and you're doing stuff that you can take off.
Yeah.
So don't use anything as a crutch if it's making you feel bad.
Yeah, it's true. And I worked. This is begging to sound like a Jim and Opie convo.
Yeah.
Oh God. No, yeah, it's just I guess because I also worked at a job that I couldn't just do that. You know what I mean? When I was exhausted.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But now you
Before?
can.
Yeah.
So fucking just do it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're saying stuff like, oh, it would be impossible, but no one's stopping you.
Okay. So
It's crazy. Like, again, you're just creating something out of nothing. Just fucking do it. Just say, hey, I can't. I need a month just to fuck off. So that's it.
yeah.
Who's gonna stop
I
you,
don't
bro?
know, I felt
what do you
like-
think? This is communist China?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
you think soldiers are gonna show up at your house?
I just thought.
And like, Poseidon, we really need you to be late for work. Like, what are you talking about? Who's gonna come in and stop you?
No. I don't know. I just thought that wouldn't be something because we have shows every week. You know what I mean? So
So what, dude? So what? I've been managing forever alone. Like,
I know. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like a selfish prick trying, just even asking for it.
But you don't understand that the more damage is asking me to depend on you and you repeatedly fucking me over
Yeah.
is more damage than me knowing that I gotta do everything myself and just do it. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
It's more damage of like, oh, I'll handle it, and then you don't handle it. That's worse for me. Because at least when I'm alone, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can handle it. It's when you tell me I can handle it and then you don't. That's worse for me. You get it?
Yeah, I get
So
it.
this is better for me if I know, and then for you it's healthy. Like you
Yeah.
wanna fucking disappear, then it's good. Technically speaking, it should be good for everyone.
Yeah. Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
this
mean?
will be good for everyone. Me,
So then
everyone
that's what I'm
around me,
saying.
yeah.
So then what's the problem? What do you think we're gonna fucking stop you, bro? Nobody gives a shit about that.
No, I don't know. I wasn't thinking like somebody's gonna stop me literally. Like I wasn't.
No, but I mean, what did you think the reaction was gonna be? Like, fuck you, you're not allowed. Like, what did you?
No, I don't know. I just thought it was selfish to ask of it. I get. I don't know. Every time I tried to ask for it, like at other jobs or whatever, I got fucking demolished, shit on, like crazy.
bro, but this isn't fucking Walmart, bro. Like,
No, I know, but it just, I don't know. I had that in mind. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna, if I ask for it, I'm gonna get fucking, I'm gonna seem like a selfish prick, I guess. Because every time you try to take vacation, especially the previous job, fuck, they would guilt trip you like insane,
Yeah,
but anyways.
But that's because you were selling stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it.
They couldn't sell, like, you know what I mean? Like, they had employees or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
This is all...
No, but there's also other reasons attached to that anyways. But
yeah, they also hated you.
some people, anyways.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you... It's not an excuse for now. Like, literally, no... Like, Phil's been away for forever. No one's bitching at him.
Yeah, but he was sick.
Yeah, but again, what I'm saying is things are doable. These are all adaptable things. The world doesn't end.
Yeah.
You have to stop thinking that the world ends. You get it?
Yeah.
The only fuck ups are shit like this, like you saying I'm gonna do something and then not doing it. That's the only fuck up.
Yeah.
You saying I'm not gonna be there, whatever, lets people prepare and they do it. Like the world, we're not selling medication. You know what I mean? If a show changes, if a show isn't on, we're not selling medication so people are gonna die. You know what I mean? It's not a real problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a podcast less this week. I'm gonna kill myself. It's not a real problem. You get it?
No, but I wasn't thinking that dramatic.
No, I'm not saying for you. I'm saying for them. Like no one's gonna take it that bad. Like it's not a.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I used to tell people when I was making apps, when they used to panic too much. Like, oh, we're going to be late by a week. I was like, so what?
Yeah.
We get it done properly. We get a good thing out in a week instead of a shit thing out today.
Yeah.
Like, no one is on their phones like, I need to download this app. Like, no one's doing that.
Yeah.
They're going to know, oh, there's a delay. They're going to wait a week. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not a life. If we were in the hospital now, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll make you feel good.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, big time.
then we're gonna see if we could figure something else for you around here. I don't know, but in the meanwhile, if you guys do want to send your CVs for producers, info@panteliscomedy.com, just to try out, see if anyone can handle this kind of stuff, and then when you get back, maybe find a different position for you, some shit, less stressful. But I get messages like on Twitter and Instagram, people like, hey, I'd like to do it or whatever. But I mean, send in your CV. Let me know what kind of experience you have. We'll test some shit out because George is right. We should be expanding a little bit.
Yeah. But it has nothing to do with the stress factor. I can handle this very well.
No, but in general, like even me, like I need to, like there has to be backups too, right? Because then it's gonna add stress whether you like it or not, right? There needs to be. And also, like I said, you want to do like some sales stuff and this and that.
Yeah.
Maybe put you more in charge of that. If we find like a right person, but it has to be someone that can handle all of it too, like the verbal abuse and the jokes and all that,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it has to be no experience, death roll, but he has a lot of time on his hands. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we need.
Yeah.
So yeah, or just people that consume podcasts a lot that understand it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, it's not the end of the world, bro.
Yeah.
Stop thinking it is.
Okay. Just
calm down, and we're gonna figure this out. Fucking take a couple of weeks off and recalibrate, bro. Enjoy the holidays and shit.
Yeah.
And everything's gonna be fine.
Okay.
I'm 24. Yo, I'm down. 24, even younger than you, Poseidon.
Yeah.
Even younger than you. That's what we need, I think. We need in these positions. We need some young people.
Young. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm too old.
No, I'm saying like you. Cause
No, I know.
That's what you need. You need go-getters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only older person I know that could do this is Pierre. Pierre likes it. He laughs.
Yeah.
He gets it.
He enjoys it. Yeah, I remember from the Bordel studio.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, there's Pierre too. If we go with experience, we have to see. It's gonna be like a hockey team. Like, are we going for a wily veteran, or like a young whippersnapper?
Yeah.
Like a rookie that wants to prove himself.
Yeah.
I could do this podcast thing. That's what we got to see.
Say says he can handle roasts.
Yeah, if they can handle roast, that's very, very important.
Yeah, that's
you need a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because we wreck Poseidon. Pierre was getting rattled. Jan gets destroyed.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
That I can handle, no problem.
Yeah, I'm not. You're not being interviewed for this position, sir. Like,
no,
shut the fuck up.
I know.
I wish I could do it, but I have no knowledge of those consoles and all. Well, for the record, neither did he. Yeah, you could learn.
You could learn.
Like neither did.
And I've been watching more stuff like how to do
tutorials and shit. Because Poseidon in the beginning used to panic like a motherfucker, and I used to try to calm down. Be like, don't calm down. Idiot YouTubers are doing this. You could do this. Like, look at the dummies doing this. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You're
fucking Jake Paul is doing it.
Yeah. So don't overthink it. You can do this shit. Just don't worry.
Oh shit, Barack Obama is 18 and feels like 8.
I'm 18 and feel like 8 too. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I can handle all of this except for the roasts. The show's name should be changed to Morning Show with Dr. P. I'm kind of a doctor, a doctor of mental stuff today.
Mental stuff.
Yes,
Nothing mental.
it's all mental. I'm not telling you how to take fucking pills or vitamins.
that's
Or like
true.
that.
Yeah.
It's all about your psyche. Send it over. Send it goddamn over. No one's gonna be working as many hours as me, that's for sure. But still, there's a lot that needs to be done
No.
in here. But no, obviously, there's no time for me. It's 70 plus hours a week that I gotta spend on everything.
Yeah. Oh, but I read something on that I don't know.
I'm a retard who can't manage his time
No,
properly.
no. It's if you find something you're passionate about,
Yeah.
that you believe in,
Yeah.
and you have a vision, and no longer becomes work.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as you feel like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're good.
That's how I feel.
So the 70 plus hours a week, that's good for you.
Yeah, we're gonna find some wily interns and we're gonna have them battle it out.
like literally a boxing fight. Like
No,
who
not a
gets
boxing fight,
position?
but we're gonna see who's producing better, who's nicer to people.
Yeah,
We're gonna have, because also we can't have assholes around here.
yeah, exactly.
It's too touchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Not
be
not real assholes. Like you could be a dick on a podcast, whatever.
no, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like assholes.
Yeah.
Like if we don't want bad attitudes. We were gonna handle some very peculiar attitudes around here. We can't handle dicks. I meant at least you are not going stir crazy in your house. Where's Ray Miller? Where's Ray? I missed what Ray said. Must have said something funny. Oh,
He said that.
way to go, Poseidon. You have pissed away the easiest job on earth. Well, there are easier fucking jobs. They make it seem very, very simple. I mean, it's not the hardest job.
It's not the hardest,
It's not
no.
the hard, but it's definitely not the goddamn easiest. There's easier jobs.
There's easier. I've had easier. I've had harder.
Walmart greeter.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
Walmart greeter's easier.
Walmart greeter's easy, but fuck, imagine you gotta get.
You have to be old to do it, though.
Yeah,
Do they let young people be greeters?
I've never seen a young greeter.
Yeah, I don't think they let young people. So another thing, you need years of experience of just being alive in order to get that job.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you can take your creativity and turn it into a job, it's more fulfilling in life. Yeah, obviously. Instead of
Yeah.
working. Oh, yo, what's going on? Gigi's in the chat. Yo, Gigi, I got some fucking porn questions for you.
Oh,
So what's happening with Pornhub? I heard a rumor
Oh,
that they took down millions of videos.
yes,
Did you hear about this?
yes. Because what happened was MasterCard and Visa, they weren't allowing transactions to go through for the website until Pornhub rectified the issue. One of the issues they
Now,
had.
am I crazy or am I crazy? All these sites are free. No, what transactions are going on these sites?
Oh, you have Pornhub Premium.
What is that?
So Pornhub Premium is like a membership. It gives you access to their nicer videos. So it gives you access.
So there's
to
different videos.
Yeah, it gives you access to the more expensive ones and the ones that they're nicer and they're longer.
And
It's
those
not just
expensive
super
videos have
quick.
kitty porn on them.
No.
Okay, because that's what I heard. I heard they're shutting down because of unverified.
Oh yeah, they have that
14-year-old
too.
girls.
No, but like their premium doesn't.
So
have
they have that too. Like it's a section where you pay to watch illegal videos.
No. It's not like that. And then you have certain like Pornhub community, right? So content creators for Pornhub.
So you talk with other
Yeah, you
masturbators.
can give them, I guess, or people that make pornos,
Okay.
that are amateurs.
Okay, but the community. So you talk with other people. You're like, hey, bro, did you like
Yeah.
scene 6 in Debbie Gets Dicked?
I guess, and they could tip.
Isn't it a little weird if you're talking to another dude while you're jerking off?
Yeah, but I don't
I'm
know.
not judging. I'm just asking.
And you could tip porn stars also. So, but the issue is
Interesting.
you know how YouTube has those videos with people killing cats and shit.
Yeah, I hate those.
Yeah, stuff like that, but they refuse to take them down. So the Pornhub just had the same issue, but like with rape fantasy videos and actual possibly
Rapes?
rape videos.
So and they refuse to take them down.
It's not that they refuse; is they couldn't because they have a specific team for this Pornhub.
Yeah, I heard that there's
'Cause it's
people
not-
that
it's
just
not-
watch fucked up videos all day and have to delete them.
Yeah,
But I thought that was
exactly.
you porn, but it's probably all the same shit.
Yeah, it's probably all the same stuff. So stuff that are rape, child porn, stuff. All this.
That's not
all this-
allowed as far as I understand.
It isn't already.
Okay.
Right? And they had a team already working on this, but apparently, I guess, there's only so many fucked up pornos you could watch before you start going insane or you need a break or whatever. And
These people started producing their own fucked up pornos.
I don't know. And I guess they weren't doing it fast enough. So MasterCard and Visa stepped in and saying they're no longer allowing transactions for this website. And Pornhub went on a fucking crusade and deleted fucking, what was it? Millions of videos.
I heard that they deleted millions of videos. They're only allowing videos that are like legit videos.
Yes. So from porn stars.
From verified people.
Yeah, porn stars, amateur people on the website already.
Yeah.
Also another issue. There was a lot of leaked OnlyFans videos on there.
Oh yeah, and that's a no-no.
Exactly.
Because OnlyFans is only for your fans.
Yeah, so they were getting a lot of complaints on that also.
8 million videos were removed,
yeah.
He says.
God damn.
Barack is 18. Yeah, I missed Poseidon's comeback. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Fuck.
8 million videos, yeah.
And of those 8 million, there was a lot of like illegal shit.
Yeah, illegal videos, snuff videos. Yeah, rape videos, pretend rape videos, I think also.
That's
pretend
fucked up,
videos, probably child sex trafficking.
Who would have thought that that's 2020 for you? We're all locked up because of viruses. The world is imploding. There's a website where there's millions of snuff rape videos. Like, Jesus Christ, man, we fucked up this experiment, huh?
Oh, big time.
And we don't know what we're doing on this planet. We need to give it to the dogs. Let the dogs have the planet. They're good.
Yeah.
When did this happen? I think a few days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago. And
it was in my news feed.
Yeah, so basically that's pretty much it on the Pornhub stuff.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so they've ton of things. Stuff that shouldn't even belong, like you know how Mike had one of his I think one of his sets was on Pornhub or something.
Yeah, somebody put a set on YouPorn or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, on Pornhub. So that would be off as well. Stuff like that. Stuff
okay,
that had
but
no
that's
place.
that had no place, but it's not hurting anyone like
I get
rape videos and shit or child trafficking. Shit like that.
That was fucked up. That's good that it's off.
It's good that it's off, obviously, but so I understand. So MasterCard though they didn't allow transactions. First of all, I find it ridiculous that you're paying for the ability to pay, but anywho, that's your prerogative. But what about the other porn sites? Like, why only this porn site? I'm assuming all porn sites.
Pornhub is the biggest.
Okay.
Pornhub
so YouPorn is smaller.
Pornhub has everything. I guess YouPorn is smaller, yeah. I never even go on YouPorn.
And they're allowed to run.
Who?
YouPorn and all the other ones. They're allowed, they didn't delete any videos.
I guess they don't have as many. You know, because the most popular one is Pornhub, right?
Okay, so G says that the reason why they were all removed is not because they were all illegal. They were unverified. So they want
that too.
That's
shit.
why they were... So what they want is they want verified content producers.
That makes sense.
So they want...
That makes sense too.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of like how on different sites, in order to be verified, they want your ID. You send them your ID and shit like that so they have it, so they know it's the real you. I guess they're doing the same thing so that if ever you upload a snuff film, they're like, yeah, we know it's Poseidon. We have his ID, his address. We know who he is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Because if it's just open... Then even if you're deleting the videos, right, there's someone that keeps uploading them. So people are paying for them. They're getting them made.
So it's a losing battle.
The business is still, running. Because you're
like
not really stopping
drugs, basically.
Yeah, it's like a war on drugs because technically speaking, you could just create another account, right? If it's unverified, you could upload. So you could create at one time 50 accounts.
Yeah.
And then always upload, on the same one. And the second it gets shut down, bam, go on the other one. Go on the other one.
Yeah.
Go on the other one.
Yeah.
And then it just never ends, right? Like, fuck, we can't, this guy keeps uploading kitty porn.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
So it's not like it's weird to see that impact all at once, millions of videos, but it does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
It does kind of make sense.
It does.
It's a hard hit, but you got to do something to try to stop.
But this also proves that companies won't really do anything unless somebody fucks with their money.
Oh, it's always that.
You know what I mean?
It's always been that, yeah.
So, like YouTube has those cat videos, little cats getting killed or whatever by these fucking psychopaths.
Yeah. That was me fighting it last year, and they didn't care.
Like,
they were actually monetizing the videos.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
And then they complain to us, like, oh, you had in the intellectuals. I still get emails from fucking YouTube. It's been 2 weeks. Oh, episode 8 of the intellectuals, music, copyright. No. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah, but then again, that's all business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but also we're using it, the way we're using it on the intellectuals isn't the way they're describing. Because we weren't running full songs so people could listen to the song instead of going to buy it.
Yeah.
We're talking over, we're criticizing you. And it's, so it's technically it's fair use, but I'm not going to go there and fight.
Yeah.
It's not gonna, because it's not being used as a montage or anything like that. We're literally making fun of the you and the songs.
Yeah.
It's that's what it's for. That's what fair use is. But it's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna argue episode 8. Episode 9 is out now anyway, so people are gonna be watching that one.
Very nice.
Episode 9 with your latest top 10 list of top 10 things that are better than the other, and many things are on that list were things that you didn't even know, either or.
There's 2 things.
That's how do you make a list with things that you don't know?
Well, that was because so the way we do the list,
we don't want to know the secret sauce. We don't want to know how you guys make the list. We just
true,
want you to
that's
keep
true.
making your lists.
That's true.
So now it's become a weekly thing.
Yeah.
On the intellectuals, people are expecting lists every week now.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you have it in you to be preparing lists?
Of course.
Because it seems to be hard to get you guys to write 10 things.
Of course.
You guys argue,
yeah.
you yell at each other. I'm not the boss. Why you act like the boss and all that stuff that I hear. You guys fighting over nonsense. So I don't know if you guys can handle writing 10 things every week without killing each other.
Yeah, we could. It's just it's interesting. It's interesting to get.
Oh, it's definitely yeah. I love lists. Mademoiselle says people love. Yeah, they're top 10 each time. Yeah. Yeah, they like it. Yes, mostly some jobs have flexible hours. Our hours are flexible, Mademoiselle, but not when we're going live. Right? You can't be flexible on that. It's like we're live at 10 and then Poseidon shows up at noon. Oh, it doesn't matter, bro. Flexible hours. That's crazy. That is absurd. So did you have fun here last night, Poseidon? You were doing your own private show.
Yes.
It was a good time. It was a huge success.
This was a good time. Went well.
You did 3 shows.
Yeah. Produced 3 of them. Yeah.
Produced 3 French podcasts yesterday.
No, 3 friends. Yeah.
Well, live shows, whatever
Yeah,
the
there
fuck
you
it
go.
was. Corporate gigs.
Yeah.
And did you feel accomplished at the end of it? Did you feel like I'm making a difference in the world?
Well, a difference in the world. I felt good. I felt like I did a good job.
Yeah, well, that's what I heard. I heard the lady who rented you said your boy treated me very nice.
Yeah.
Not one sexual comment.
Yeah, of course.
You kept it pro the whole time.
Yeah, I'm all business.
Well, debatable. But at least you were business last night.
Yeah.
So do you feel you got the hang of corporates?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They're very simple, right? The Zoom. You think that what you give them is more than what they expect?
Yes.
Have you seen the low quality shit that people do on Zoom?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, no?
Yeah.
You see like other comics that are on the same show and the way they go on from their phones and shit.
Yeah.
And do you feel bad for them?
Yeah, I do feel very bad, yes.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Like you're getting paid for this gig, bro.
They have their AirPods on.
Yeah, it feels weird.
It's an interesting look.
Ugh.
The one that did it the best was somebody. He was in his garage and it looked nice. Like he had done a whole setup. It looked
but those are people that take it seriously. Like
yeah,
you're
but that
paying
was one
me.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, let me take it seriously.
Yeah.
So later we have to send in a self tape. It's one line, but it's the first time. It's the first time. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but it's the first time that my agent actually sends me to read for something that's a legitimate movie with legitimate people attached to it, not like a low budget local thing like she did last time where I was clearly reading the lines of a black man. And I was like, this is, do you remember that?
Yeah, I
was like, this is not going to fly. And I was like, are you sure I'm reading for that part? They're like, yeah. I'm like, yo, shawty, wait. And I was like, Jesus Christ. There's no way. Why am I doing this? There's no way they're going to pick me.
Yeah.
You know? So it was the first time I was like, goddamn. The only thing that was funny is that in the description, they go, severely overweight deli owner.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll read it. I don't think I'm severely overweight. And then she's like, well, they think you're overweight enough. And I was like, all right, I'll go with it. That's a sell. That's a way to sell myself. Pantelis, overweight enough. But when I saw that, I was like, I don't like the way it's described. I thought it was like, those huge guys. That like that's what I thought it was. But I was like, all right.
I already have a few images of some Greek guys at
that I know.
Events,
that
I know
are like that. Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's what I was thinking.
No.
So I was like, that's let's see. Johan Harding is trying to get Gigi a job, but Gigi's project managing and stuff. He's super busy.
No.
Hey, Gigi, So are you managing all the adult film stuff from home? Like, do people go to the studios anymore, or what's happening with that stuff? Like, you think, yeah, it's all at home now.
Yeah, everything's work from home.
Yeah.
Everything.
Fuck, imagine if that's what you... Fuck, imagine if you're looking at porn videos at home because that's your job, and your wife's getting frustrated. She's like, look, man, we have kids. We can't have this in the background all day.
Your kids are playing with their toys in the background, and you're just...
What are you doing? I'm working. I'm putting food on the fucking table.
That's funny.
That ass-to-mouth shot,
funny.
that got you the Cherokee. That got you the Grand Cherokee, just yelling. Yeah, that would cause fights. All studios worldwide, yeah, it's work from home.
Goddamn. Oh, did you see Tom Cruise?
Yeah, can go cover tell him what
Okay,
what
so
he did.
Tom Cruise, what happened was, I guess somebody recorded him.
Yeah.
And people weren't following social distancing guidelines and everything like that. And some people weren't wearing masks during the production of Mission Impossible 7, I think it was. Yeah, Mission Impossible 7.
There's 7 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, there's 7 of these
Alright.
movies. And they weren't following the rules.
At what point can we agree that these missions clearly are possible?
I don't know. I guess you get to 10, you hit a plateau.
Like, all right.
One of them becomes moonwalk without a spacesuit.
What?
One of them becomes... I'm just using it as an
Okay,
example.
but go on. Let us know what he did.
So...
And they're filming in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he got upset because nobody was following guidelines.
Not nobody. There was some people apparently. The same people.
Yeah, some people weren't.
So there's basically that production has been shut down a few times now, twice I think.
Oh shit.
And for COVID. And for people not following protocol or whatever. And this would have been, if they shut them down again, it would be the 3rd time. The studio's going to lose millions. It's a lot of stuff. So he saw people, I guess they had, from what I heard, they had their masks down and they were just chilling close to each other and fucking around.
Yeah.
And there's, like, even me when I shot the thing on Monday, even the scene, they had to measure us. We had to be 2 meters apart, all that stuff. You
Really?
had to wear your masks until, yeah. Super serious because they don't want to get shut down.
Yeah.
It's not because they're, like, super scared personally. It's because the government has rules. And if they come around and they have, and you're not following them, they shut you down, which means people can't work. So anyways, they have him screaming, and I guess they released it thinking everybody's going to be like, look at Tom Cruise, he's such a bad boss, right? But most adults, like I saw a lot of young people complaining, but most adults were like, no, that's what happens. You fuck around, yeah, your boss is going to yell at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you fuck around, that's what you get. Like if you don't want to get yelled at, don't fuck around.
Yeah.
And also, like he said, yelling, it's not you. You're putting everyone at risk.
Yeah.
Because if this shuts down again, this is not just us, the jobs here. These are thousands of jobs.
Yeah.
We're talking about the distribution people. We're trying to put in the theaters, the stream. Like, you're affecting thousands of jobs because you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And you're not listening. You know? You're not... Like, this is a Scientologist. He doesn't fucking believe in COVID. But he's following the rules because he doesn't want people to lose... He doesn't want to lose his thing. Him personally, he doesn't want to lose his stake in that. But the guy, he's Tom Cruise.
No.
He's not going to starve if he doesn't make a movie.
Yeah, obviously.
But the people who that's their fucking jobs, all the people on set.
There's thousands bro, you have...
Yeah, it
you
takes so
name
much.
It, bro. Set builders, you name it, what goes into all this
so
shit.
when I heard that, I felt like, oh, look, this guy's an asshole. I go, I don't know, man. I get him. Like, it's like me when I get mad at you for, like, people on the outside, like, oh, look, Pantelis is yelling at Poseidon. But they don't understand. It's like, yeah, well, of course, because the motherfucker's not doing what he's supposed to fucking do. No. And then it's always like, I'm sorry. Like, when I heard him, I felt like it was me and you. That's what I felt like. It felt like they kept fucking around with the rules, and then he just had it. He's like, why do you keep fucking around? I've told you, it's not the first time. You're causing me to scream. You know what I mean? Like once, twice. We shut this fucking thing down twice already. Millions of dollars, he goes. How much money do you think the studio's willing to lose?
No.
Like, how much money do you think this fucking shitty movie's going to make?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a limit. There's a cap where the studio's going to be like, okay, now it's going to cost us too much. Fuck this movie. There's no way we're going to recoup it, right?
Yeah.
Because all these studios, what it is the people that fund it, these production companies, they see it as like stocks.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They don't like the production companies, by the way, no matter what they say. Of course, they love movies during the industry.
Yeah.
But the reason why the money people put it in is not because they love this art and has to be out. Is they just estimate how much money they can make from it. So they go, this is worth 500 million or whatever because I can make $1 billion. Or this is only worth 10 million because the way we see it, maybe 17 million the box office, so we'll have 7 million profit. Like, that's how they see it.
Yeah.
They put money, how much they're going to get back. If they keep pumping money because they got to restart, pay fines or whatever, and they realize, we're streaming, no theaters, we're not going to make our money back, they're going to fucking stop the production. They're going to cut their losses, right?
Yeah.
So he's right. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
I get what he's saying. Yeah.
By the way, for the record, also, I didn't find his yelling to be that.
5 crew members quit after his second rant. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for fucking them. Like, leave. But you're an adult, right? You don't want to get yelled at because you fuck around, so leave. Or do your fucking job.
No.
But there's no in between. You can't not do your job and not face any repercussions. And his repercussions, this was fucking people don't even think about. If he was a real dick, he would have fired everyone on the spot that did that shit. All 7 of you, 10 of you, 1 of you, whatever, you're fucking fired. But he gave another chance. He said, stop fucking around.
Yeah.
Stop fucking around. He could have been like, fuck you, I don't care about your family. You're out.
No.
But again, he just yelled. He says, why do you want to ruin it for everyone? Stop fucking around. The guy was agitated. He's, I get him.
I get him too, but I didn't find it to be like his yelling.
Yeah.
I was like, you call this yelling?
Yeah, I yell worse than that. Yeah, I go
was like,
crazier
this
than
is-
Tom Cruise.
This is yelling?
Yeah, it wasn't, but people were like, oh my God, he's such a dick. Jesus, what are you talking about, bro? The guy is like, he's putting money in. It's his business too. You know what I mean? He's got stakes in this.
Yeah.
For you to fucking stroke your dick.
He's what?
So he takes all the risk and financial risk, all that, and you're just going to, no. If it's either you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
This wishy-washy shit. So, but I think it had the opposite effect. I think that, like I said, most adults were like, well, it sucks, but that's what happens. Like, you're fucking around. You know?
Yeah.
Most adults understood it, and a lot of people said, look, I would have quit, or I would have stopped doing it. Like, clearly it's fucked up. I don't want to affect other people. But it's kind of like the team mentality, right?
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. That's what they were saying about cops, right? It would be easier if instead of cops, they had the, the thin blue line thing where if it comes down to it, you got to bullshit just to support a cop.
Yeah.
If it comes down to when somebody fucks up, you all have to pay for it in a sense like, when you're in a sports team, one guy fucks up, you all do sit-ups.
Yeah.
Because then you don't want to fuck up. Because you don't want to fuck up the people around you.
Yeah,
so it's kind of, he could have used one person as an example, but he even made it later. He yelled at everyone as a group. Stop fucking around.
Yeah.
It was a group thing. And but that's how people should see it too. Like, you're affecting the whole group.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like, I'll fuck up like this morning, but I don't do it on purpose.
Like, it doesn't matter if you believe in, like, because you're going to be, some of those people probably didn't care. They're like, COVID's not real, whatever the fuck. But it doesn't matter if you think it's real or not.
Yeah.
The fact that you know that if you fucking around with these rules is going to fuck over other people, somebody's got to put food on the table.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Just quit if that's the case.
Yeah.
Just quit. Or follow fucking instructions. So, no, I'm with him. I'm with Tom Cruise. I want to make fun of him. But yeah, look, I've heard worse yelling working in restaurants. Gigi says, yeah, man, I've been told to go fuck
restaurants. Yeah.
I've been yelled more than what he did at actual corporate places. Like, I remember in apps, working app development, I got yelled at and told off way worse than this. And I was not making nowhere near the money that a lot of those people were making.
But there's nothing wrong with a bit of yelling.
No, there's nothing wrong with a bit of yelling.
That's
life. We're human beings.
Yeah,
That's how we
exactly.
communicate. This whole bitch thing of you can't yell or whatever, get the fuck out.
Yeah, don't raise your voice. Yeah.
No, don't raise your voice like a kid, and don't fuck up a kid.
that's
growing
different.
Up. Like, that's different if you're like,
Yeah,
you're not gonna tell
no,
a kid
no,
to go
no.
fuck himself.
Yeah.
But with adults,
Yeah, of course.
Bro,
Yeah.
like, there's no point in like hiding it. With adults, you gotta be like, listen, stupid. Let's see. I work in retail with 2 60-plus-year-old guys. Imagine. Oh yeah. So there's some yelling. They're fucking yelling at him.
I used to yell actually when I worked in car sales at the washers, the mechanics, and the
What the fuck are you doing?
the
What the fuck are you doing? You said you're gonna have this done. Let's go.
yeah, the guy making the appointments for the oil changes or the tire change when you sold the car. Yeah, I used to have to run after them or the yell.
Yeah, that's what
freak out.
happens.
Yeah.
It's life. I don't know why people are pretending like this is such a. Oh, in Hollywood, everything's supposed to be nice. What are you talking about? These guys were having sex parties. They're fucking molesting kids, and this is where you draw the line.
Yeah, seriously, isn't it weird though?
Yeah, like it's fucking crazy, bro. They destroy lives.
Like fucking child molester, sex trafficking, fucking private island to fuck these kids, bro. Fucking
Corey Feldman's talking about all that shit, and then you're like, whatever. These kids get in traffic.
It happens.
Tom Cruise yelled at people.
Yeah,
like, really?
like
This is
that.
where you draw the line? Fuck you.
That's retarded though.
Fuck you.
That's
dummies.
retarded.
Yeah. That's like people. But this, you remember when I tell you the problem is that a lot of people are just stupid.
Yeah.
This is one of those cases.
Yeah.
They were spending more time on this, being angry on this. The same people that were just brushing the Corey Feldman stuff and all the sex scandals under the rug. They were cool with that, but this is too much.
You know what's funny? Is the guy probably recording this was like, oh, I got him now.
That's what they thought. Yeah, like, oh, I got him
but
now.
it
Fuck this guy.
backfired completely.
Oh yeah, it backfired. Yeah.
Most people agreed. They were like, yeah.
Because me going into it, I was like, oh shit, a rant. I'm gonna hear it, and
Yeah,
then I was
yeah.
listening, and I was like, I'm with him, man. I'm with that little cocksucker. He's super small,
Yeah.
but I'm with him. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking 100% with him. If I was there, I'd be with him. I'd be like, Tom Cruise, take a break. Let me handle this. You fucking dummies.
It's funny because when he yells, it sounds like he is a small person trying to yell.
He is a small person. He's a very little man.
But you know what I mean? Like he's trying too hard to yell, you know?
Yeah.
Like some people, yelling comes naturally. Like Greeks, usually when we yell, it comes naturally to us. You know what I mean? But him, it feels like he's straining to yell.
Oh, me, it's supernatural. I go from 0 to yelling in a second.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, I just go crazy. My hands are going crazy. Yeah, I would have taken over from him. I would have been like, Tom, sit down. Tom, please have a seat in your tiny person chair over there. I'm going to handle the yelling.
Yeah.
You stupid sons of bitches.
They should hire you just to yell at people.
And yeah, and it was in England too. It was in the UK, so I would have been insulting them. I would have been like, "You're lucky that they're forcing you to wear masks so we don't look at your fucking disgusting UK teeth." You know, just go crazy. Put the fucking mask on. Stand over there. Stand over there, Bartholomew. What kind of fucking name is Bartholomew anyway? Yeah. You monarchy-loving sons of bitches.
Bartholomew.
Just fucking grab the queen's scepter and shove it up your ass.
Yeah.
I go crazy. And they'd be like, Jesus Christ, this guy brought the royal family into this.
God damn.
Yeah, the queen's supposed to get the vaccine.
Well, she's gonna be fine.
It's interesting that they're making a big deal out of that. Like, isn't there an age where it's fucking more dangerous to infect them with shit?
Look, man, I
Like,
don't,
shouldn't we leave her be?
look, honestly, I don't know anymore.
Not that I care super much, but I mean, I wouldn't want to put someone like I wouldn't want to put I don't like the monarchy, but I don't want to kill any of them. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want
obviously
to make an old lady sick to prove to people that they should take the vaccine.
Yeah.
'Cause she's fucking old.
How old is she? She's like
Old.
90 something.
She's old.
She lived through World War I and II, I think.
Yeah. She was
No.
responsible for 2.
She didn't live through World War. Saying it like it is.
She was partially responsible for 2. Yeah,
That's funny.
when the Queen's flew. She's 93. Good for her.
Yeah.
God damn, good for her. I'd like to see her make it to 100. And then apologize for doing the Zig Heil photos.
God damn.
It was a different time back then. Nazis were cool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that's the excuse? It was trending.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots. Thank you very much for being on the show. I had a great time and appreciate you being part of it. Oh, very nice, Bobby. Yeah, I did a show for Compound yesterday via Zoom. It was like a quiz show.
Oh, nice.
I think it's gonna be out in the new year.
Very nice.
Yeah. I was talking shit from the beginning though, and then I was like, okay, I gotta tone it down.
That's funny.
Yeah. I was like, maybe I should tone this down. I ruined the fun-loving aspect by just insulting people right off the bat. I was like, okay, that's too much. Calm down.
God damn.
Yeah.
Gigi says this vaccine doesn't contain the virus. It triggers antibodies to combat the virus instead.
How the fuck do you know,
How?
George? Or I'll tell you something. You know what else triggers antibodies to fight the virus? My goddamn immune system, George.
Yeah, it's true. We already have that naturally.
No. But that's what a lot of vaccines do. They trigger a response. It's an autoimmune response. So that, because sometimes when you introduce something new, like let's say the coronavirus, it's not ready. It doesn't know exactly how to handle it.
Yeah.
And then some people, what's fucked up is their bodies, like, you know, when their lungs get fucked up or whatever, it's because their bodies overreact and they also destroy good cells. They just go full like bazooka launcher, like fucking destroy, you know.
Like
and
Terminator mode.
yeah, that's what happens. That's
Goddamn.
why that's why like vaccines. That's why it takes years because they try to really perfect it so that it only attacks this specific thing. You know, it knows when this specific thing enters your system, this is the reaction.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how. Like, it's super complicated, like, vaccines. That's why a lot of people are like, it's a little fast for this vaccine. That's why it takes so many trials, because there's also long-term side effects that you got to say, okay, if this is happening long-term, then we got to tweak this so that this doesn't happen. And it's all a lot of math involved.
No.
It's super, super... Like, those people must be sweating a lot. Like, the people that have to do this. Because
The
they're
first
like,
ones? Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, fuck. No, I don't mean the people take it. I mean the people making the vaccines. Because they're like, oh, don't be sure. If we're saying we're sure, be fucking sure. I don't want to get blamed if 10 years down the line someone's getting fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very, very hard. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't they say if something happens, they're not responsible, the companies? Don't you have to sign that or something?
I think they always say that shit. But I've also always seen lawsuits Like I've always seen, like, were you given a tetanus shot in 1993 by this company?
Yeah.
You might be entitled to some cash. You know, so if they find out, but that's normally what happens if they find out. Like, so let's say right now the vaccine goes, let's say Pfizer vaccine, it goes everywhere. People are taking it, and Pfizer's like, yeah, we're good with it. And then you find out that people start having fucked up side effects, and you find out that internally they knew that it's a possibility, but they didn't disclose it. Then it's class action lawsuits. It's like, oh, well, it was very small chance. Yeah, but there was a chance and you didn't mention it. And you were aware of the chance. So the second those memos are leaked, if anything like that happens, then it doesn't matter if they say we're not liable. That doesn't hold up. The fact that you knew and you didn't tell people, you're now liable.
Yeah.
Because you can't just say I'm not liable, you know? Like it doesn't, that would be the easiest thing. Anything you do, you're like, I'm not liable, bro, I'll fucking take it. It would be crazy. It's if everything's on the up and up, then yeah, these are the risks. You knew the risks going in, and you took it. Then it's different. But for them to not disclose, I get it. And that's what happened with a lot of this shit. Like that would come out later, and people would be like, "Oh, what's you know, how come we don't know about the side effect?" And they go, "Well, we had it in the trials, you know." And then that's how they get sued, and they have these class action lawsuits because like, whoa, well, why didn't you tell people that? You know what I mean? You can't just omit that. It's like, yeah, but it was less than 1%. Well, it doesn't matter. I should know. I should have the right to know. You know, that's what happens. But with this, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea because I'm not smart enough to understand how they could come up with a vaccine this quick when they told us they can't. Like, I don't understand enough. You know what I mean? Like, if it was about, I don't know, podcasting or something that I know how to build, it's different. I can answer. But I can't be the guy to be like, well, it's too soon or it's not soon enough or whatever. How the fuck should I know?
I know. All those trial runs in India and Africa.
Yeah, that's what exactly. Fuck them over. Like, listen, guinea pigs. I have no idea. Then there's, you know, we could fear everything.
No.
But there's by the time it even gets to us, because we're not even allowed to take it now. We'll see if there's any short-term effects.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable, but I'm also not afraid. You get it? Like, I'm not comfortable to take it.
I'm not afraid in the sense like panic, but I wouldn't go out of my way right now like to get it because I don't feel like I need it. Like, I feel like even if I get it, I'll be fine.
Like, I've fucked questionable women, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
you've taken your life in your own hands many times.
Yeah, so I'm not too worried. You know.
I like that. That's the way you're like, you know, I'm not. I mean, I've seen some things,
but it's still like I kind of don't want to. You know.
No, I'm gonna avoid getting anything. Like I said, I'm gonna try to stay safe. But they started making the vaccine in January. They started making the vaccine in. Well, I think they just made the vaccine, right? They were just testing it out. They didn't make it in January. No. They were. Yeah, the coronavirus was the virus being studied. Also,
Ray Miller
Wuhan
said
labs.
something interesting. Sometimes
escaped.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most difficult problems turn out to have simple solutions.
Yeah.
That or they got lucky. Yeah, you know what's fucked up?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, imagine. It's like, we tried everything, sir. It's like, well, have you tried the secret herbs and spices that they use in the KFC chicken?
Yeah.
Well, why would we do it? Well, it's delicious. Just try it out. Like, oh, like we're going to try. And then, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's like that.
The Colonel did it. You never. That would be fucking
sometimes
ridiculous.
It is that.
It's
you know, it's like a
dumbest
moment
thing.
of.
It's obviously not that, but it's just. It's sometimes
it's
that's what it is. You get lucky,
use.
or it's the simplest thing. Yeah. So, well, have you tried the regular vaccine? Son of a bitch. You know?
Yeah. Because we tend to overcomplicate things as humans.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that.
Yeah, we all have that issue.
Also, it was all hands on deck globally. Yeah, it was like every big farm, like all of Big Pharma, all of their bases were working on the same thing.
Yeah.
For a couple of months, they were like, "Who's gonna fucking break this first?" Because they didn't all get to the same point, right? They have different vaccines. That's why one is stored at -70. One is like it's not like they all copied each other. They all found different ways to the same solution. The question is, are any of these dangerous for us long term? That's the only question.
Yeah.
But that's something nobody can answer. Only time will answer that.
Yeah.
Like the polio stuff, all that. Like it wasn't done on purpose. It's just that they realized later, like, ooh, shit, that's mercury poisoning. Like they weren't doing it on purpose to cull people at the time. They thought this is it. This is working short term. They didn't realize like long term you just give people cancer. You know what I mean? So but that's why now people panic whenever there's vaccines. Because like, well, how the fuck do I know that's not gonna happen? Yeah. That's where the panic comes from.
Yeah.
And then it builds into conspiracy theories of they're trying to chip you. And first of all, here's the other thing about the chip. They don't need to chip you. You're already chipped. You see this? You see your fucking cell phone? They know what you're saying, where you are, all the shit that you're saying the chip will do. Your phone's already giving them all the information.
I saw something. Who posted it in _ lobby the other day?
Like, we're already there. You know what I mean?
Man,
this
Facebook-
phone is listening to me. It knows where I am. It knows what I like, who I text, when I text, when.
Facebook has like 75% of your information. Did you know that?
Yeah, someone shared that about how much info they have.
Yeah, and Pornhub is actually the one that has the least. They have is your hobby and something else. You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. Like you're already being mined for data.
We're giving it away for free. Yeah, we're giving it away for free.
Yeah.
So don't think like that. Like the whole they're gonna put a chip inside. They don't need to. You already have the chip. You're holding on to it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's
even to pay, it's all from this now.
yeah, people. I don't use. I haven't put my cards on my phone yet, but I know that the tap to pay, everyone's using.
Yeah, tap to pay. Soon it's gonna be. You gotta get into work. It's that. You know what I mean?
Pantelis, are you going to be streaming Cyberpunk today on Twitch? Well, here's the thing. I have a very busy day. After this, I will have to do that self-tape of me trying to audition for that film. Fingers crossed. One line, but it's a real movie, bro. It will be a big thing. Then at 2 p.m., I have a podcast with Joey Elias. Then at 5 p.m., I have a French cast. And then I have a couple of, maybe 2 hours off before movie night tonight at 9 p.m. So it's a big day. If I stream, it might be tomorrow. But yeah, I was streaming on my Twitch channel, Pantelis for real. Cyberpunk on the PS5 yesterday.
Yeah.
For like an hour and a half, so people could see what it's like. Way more stable. I didn't have any crashes. There's still a lot of bugs in the game, but it's a completely different game from you came over.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
the PS4.
Very different.
Yeah, first of all, what we noticed was the people. So the PS4 also, there's not a lot happening in the city because it can't handle running all that shit, I guess. But on the PS5, it's full of people.
Also driving,
you could drive better on the PS5 because on the PS4 it's I don't know what the fuck the reason is why nothing drives.
Seriously, like and it's weird when I go to turn, it does something a car is not supposed to do. So
Yell the N-word.
No. So the way their cars turn on the PS4 version, at least, I don't know about the PS5.
Depends on the car, but go on.
Like the one I'm driving now, I guess at the beginning of the game.
The turn radius is off? Yeah, completely off.
But even if you're going super fast, you could take like a super sharp turn without sliding. It's like weird.
The mechanics are weird. Yeah,
it's like so. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, you have to I like to drive. You have to micro adjust like this.
Yeah.
You can't just hold the analog and.
You know what, GTA, even though it's a game it has so many other mechanics, the driving is always good.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to drive.
Better than some racing games.
Yeah, I learned from GTA. Yeah. GTA is how I learned how to drive, and then I got into the car and went and did my exam. And I knew I learned.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, fucking GTA.
Grand Theft Auto, bro.
Yeah. It's always going to have that award for me that it helped me learn how to drive. So many trolls, too. Where? On PS4s? What do you mean? Oh, Death Roll, I missed something. Posting pics of your meal, Pantelis. Posting pics of your meals. What did we miss, Poseidon? 2 weeks and we have too many trees, clean water. Imagine if the world would do the same for the environment.
No.
What do you mean, Drastley? What do you mean?
I think he meant like the way they tackled the vaccine.
Yeah.
If all the whole world tackled pollution and
you could, but here's the thing. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because people are assholes, and also I've said the same thing about Africa. How come after all we spend all this like when you see how they tell you the number of they give you the number of hold on, maybe I might send you. In 15 minutes.
What time is it?
I might send you right away to my place because the guy was coming to fix the dryer.
Okay.
He's like, what's the earliest? So I'm telling him I could do it in, like, I'll send you with my keys in 15 minutes. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because we're ending the show now anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I might do that. All right.
What
So
time
what we're
is it?
saying is Africa, what I was saying is when I found out the money that it would take to give certain villages like drinkable water, all that, and the money we spend on anything you want, Super Bowl or it's astronaut. Like, it's fucking crazy to me that after all these years, it's clearly done on purpose to keep that continent down. It's insane the amount of money people are giving charities, UNICEF that was happening, the UN is it's crazy where that money actually goes when you look into it. Like, but it's too big, man, these systems. Like we said, politics. When you get into politics, let's say you become president and then you find out you have no real power. Like, it's too much. It's too much what it would take to really, you need a lot of people on the inside to change things. You need a lot of people to wake up, stop being selfish, all that shit. But that takes time. That's generational. Yeah. Maybe the next generation is going to learn. But they're super distracted. They're focused on being super woke. Yeah. You know, instead of actually doing something to make the world a better place, they're not. They're bitching about it on Twitter and then they get happy. Like, I told a guy that he should not use the N-word. Oh, fuck, I saved black people. And they continue doing stupid shit. Yeah. Instead of actually being like, okay, so what really needs to happen here? You know what I mean? Like, some random guy on Twitter is not going to change shit. I bitched at him. They don't get the shit. Anyways, Poseidon, play the plug music.
Oh, yes.
Up to you. I'm just replying to the repair guy. Guys, tonight, 9 p.m., we're watching Die Hard on the Patreon. Boom. So Die Hard on the Patreon tonight, 9 p.m. Patreon.com/Pantelis. I'm sorry I'm distracted towards the end of this show. PantelisComedy.com for all of my stuff. Send in your CVs. Reply to me on the Twitters or wherever you are. Send me your CVs. Let's see what you can do for us around here. Send them over to Pantelis Comedy. Okay, 15 minutes works for me. So I'm going to kick you the fuck out of here, Poseidon, as soon as we're done. So subscribe to this channel also on the YouTube. Let people know that this channel fucking exists. And come back to us on the Patreon today. There's going to be a couple of podcasts that are dropping. For everyone else, you got to wait till next week. But if you're not on the Patreon, what are you doing with your lives? I don't know if you saw the messages. We sent in all kinds of shirts this week. We sent them out, rather. People are very happy with their Christmas gifts. Shirts with our fucking faces on them. It's a good time. So patreon.com/Pantelis. Sign up, subscribe to this, share with your friends, and tell everybody that we're out here, that we're doing this shit, that we're supplying the news, we're supplying the comedy, and we're supplying the vitriol. Vitriol, I said, Poseidon. You know what that is? That's why you looked at me confused? Thank you for fucking checking us out. The Poseidon69, Instagram and Twitter. Poseidon, we got a jet.